Hey guys, it's John here from Horror Fiend Reviews, and today we're going to be talking about the remake of Friday the 13th. So without further ado, let's get into the review. I know, the remake wasn't the best, but this is one movie that I saw in theatres, and you know what? I actually quite enjoyed it when I went to go and see it. I don't believe it was a direct rip-off of the original. It wasn't shot scene for scene. There was a lot of great character stories that I thought was pretty cool. I mean, there's a lot of stuff that was wrong with it, obviously. Jason living in this like underground bunker that he's made with like a shrine to his mum. But you know what? It would completely explain where Jason lives, how he survives. Because I mean, it makes sense if Jason's like a underground cave dweller sort of thing, like he looks like he is. I thought that was pretty interesting. But yeah, Friday the 13th, I think it was 2009 this one came out. Almost like a flashback to Jason as a young boy watching his mum be beheaded by one of the camp counselors who's trying to escape, obviously touching back on the original movie. And then cuts to 30 years later where a group of young kids, they're on the hunt for these like weed plants, which in this day and age is a much more widely accepted pastime, I guess. So each to their own. But yeah, they're looking for these plants, and they end up coming across them. So they decide to camp in the woods that night, which then they obviously don't know, but turns out it's close to Camp Crystal Lake, where Jason, who's played by Derek Mears, which I think he did a very good job of Jason, he ends up killing all of the campers apart from one, a girl called Whitney, who he then actually captures, holds her captive in this like underground cave, I guess. So it then cuts to 6 weeks later. A brother, Jared Padalecki, is looking for her. He runs into these like young kids, go to like one of the rich kids' summer vacation homes. He gives them some missing posters, asks if they've seen her, keep an eye out for her. One of them's really interested, one of the girls is really interested in what's happening. Turns out she's the girlfriend of the rich kid. Turns out this vacation home, it's on the sort of shores of Camp Crystal Lake. But yeah, Jared Padalecki's character ends up he actually comes to the house and meets them. And that's where he gives them the missing posters. Obviously, because it's in that area where she went missing. The one girl, her name's Jenna. She decides to go and help him, so she actually goes with him on his bike and stuff. And this gets her boyfriend really jealous, so he ends up banging this like blonde chick. And if you've never seen this movie, I definitely recommend to check it out just for this one scene where he's complimenting her assets, and It's laughable. It's some of the best dialogue that I've ever heard of a love scene. It's just so damn funny. But yeah, obviously they're all picked off one by one. But some of these kills are awesome, man. They're really well done. They're not camp counselors. They're not mischievous. They're not... Well, I guess they are a bit. But yeah, it's just because they're on the grounds. They're drinking. They're having fun. They're doing all the stuff that you're not supposed to do in horror movies. Clay, who's Jared Padalecki, and Jenna, they end up finding Whitney, who's underneath this like bunker, and they're getting chased by Jason. Jenna, who you think she's going to be one of the final girls, but she's actually like stabbed by Jason right at the very end, just as they're running away from him. Yeah, they escape. Jenna's obviously killed. There's a sort of fight scene with Clay and Jason. They're fighting each other. Whitney then pulls the old confusing Jason by pretending to be his mother. I think that's one of the reasons why he kidnapped her in the first place. She reminds him of his mother, so she does the whole Jason, I'm your mother, all that sort of stuff. So he confuses him for a second, and she stabs him with a machete. Clay hooks him with a chain and throws the chain into like a wood chipper, which then just like feeds him in the air. And one of the things I didn't like about this was when the chain's thrown in the wood chipper, it lifts him up in the air, which you think is fine, he's just going to get hung. But then just suddenly he's like dropped and then like pulled towards the wood chipper, which there's no real explanation towards it. It just sort of happens. So I don't know if they sort of mixed that up at the end and thought, oh no, we're going to change it so that Jason goes through the wood chipper. The wood chipper starts to chip at Jason's head, and it's just the final scene where Jason's just sitting there and with the mask on, and the wood chipper's just going behind him, and it's just head's just, yeah, it's pretty crazy. In typical Friday the 13th fashion, they dump Jason's body into the water, throw in his machete, which, why the fuck would you do that? And then as usual, Jason pops out the water, grabs Whitney, pulls her into the water, and then fades to black. But you know what? I found this movie pretty enjoyable. I mean, a lot of people didn't like it, obviously because it's a remake, but I find it's more of a reimagining. I actually really enjoyed this movie. Like I said, I saw it in theatres. I actually saw it in Friday the 13th, 2009. So yeah, I see it on opening night. It's also cool, like at the beginning of the movie when Jason comes out, he's got the sack on his head, but it's not obviously like the part 2 sort of square sack on his head. It's like this like proper sack that's just like tied over his head. He ends up going into this barn. Everything's a barn in this place, man. There's always barns. He goes into the barn, he finds this guy, has this very creepy scene with a mannequin. I'll leave it at that. Jason sees him, just kills him, and then sort of looks down, and then he moves his pillow or like sack out the way, and there's a hockey mask. It's very cleverly lit, so it's kind of like this. Puts it on and looks in the mirror and just go like, yeah, it's awesome. But yeah, I enjoyed this movie. I definitely recommend to check it out. Obviously, I'd recommend to check out all the other Friday the 13th movies beforehand. They are staples of the horror genre. Definitely check out Friday the 13th, the remake. Let me know what you thought in the comments below. Did you like Friday the 13th, the remake? The 2009 version. All social media links are available in the description below. Don't forget to tune in tomorrow for another 31 Days of Horror, and also like and subscribe. This has been Horror Fiend Reviews. I've been John, and I will catch you later.